going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So today is shaping up to be the perfect day. First of all, windows are cracked open. It is a crisp, cool Saturday fall morning. It's beautiful outside. We got college football on the TV. When you guys are watching this video, it's officially drop week. And I got some very exciting things to show you guys and tell you about in this video. Not to mention, we just posted one of my favorite brand deals I've ever done. Now, you can debate me all you want, but fall time, I think, is truly the best season. And today is gonna be a great day. Now, if you guys didn't know, we are entering Q4, which is usually kind of the busiest time of the year for what I do, especially with tech related content. And you know how I mentioned I did a brand deal this morning? It was actually on the Samsung Galaxy Z Fold 7. They actually sent this out to me a couple months ago, and I know I've talked about that before, but this is now actually my second campaign I've done for a Samsung product, which is pretty exciting. But I'm actually really happy with how that video turned out. I went downtown, shot all around downtown Chicago yesterday, filmed it, edited it, and sent it off for approvals, and they approved it in 1 hour. And then I posted it this morning. So kind of crazy quick turnaround, but something I thought I would share is that this, check out the color of that. It's pretty similar to the deep blue iPhone 17 Pro Max, which yes, I do now have the blue iPhone and not the orange, which we'll talk about here in a minute. But as I mentioned, this is starting to be such a busy time of the year for me. And it's one of those weeks where a bunch of kind of products and things are lining up and piling up at the same time. That's how doing content is. You'll have kind of a slower week, and then there's like 6 things due in the same week. But I got a bunch of new stuff in, some brand deals, some just gifted products. I figured I would show you guys some of the stuff that you haven't seen yet. And also I should say, because again, it's now drop week when you guys are watching this video, I'm gonna walk you guys through everything that's dropping in this next Lab Culture collection a little bit later in this video. So in case you're wondering what all is dropping, this hat along with some other fire stuff, so stay tuned for that. This is actually a new gaming chair I just got in for a future deal. This will actually not be dropping until around Black Friday, which is crazy. We're working that far out in advance right now. So sneak peek here, but you'll see some content on that later on Vertical socials. Then this is actually a cool one that came in, is from the brand Nothing. If you guys have seen them, they make really cool phones. They make other really cool stuff too. This is from their, I think their sub brand called CMF. So this is their kind of like budget line, I believe. But they sent out some of their new headphones, which are cool. I'm excited to try these out. So this is their headphones. I think these are around like $100, which is kind of crazy. So I'll definitely have to try these out and see how they are. But yeah, shout out to them. They also sent out some more ear cushions for them if you want to switch it up. And then I've actually heard great things about these. I'm excited to try these out. This isn't for a brand deal or anything. These are just, they gifted them. These are called the Ear 3s, I believe. We're just gonna unbox this together. I just decided right now here on the spot that we aren't gonna film a vertical for this. Sometimes that's how it is. You gotta decide if you're gonna film vertical or not. But yeah, they make some really cool tech, especially like transparent stuff, which I love, like transparent retro looking tech. Even this case is sick. But I've been wanting to try out some of their stuff, so excited to actually do that. So yeah, shout out to Nothing for sending out some of the new stuff. I'm excited to kind of try these out. And then let me show you a couple other things here. So a couple brand deals right now that are in the works, which I guess I should say the reason why I want to share this and show you guys some of this stuff is because, you know, as I'm trying to just kind of document more and more what my life is like being a full-time content creator and business owner and all this stuff I'm doing, I think it's kind of cool just to see the behind the scenes for other creators that I enjoy watching. So that's kind of my goal with this. So hopefully you guys like seeing this. Also, by the time this video comes out, some of the stuff might already be posted anyways, but this is actually a brand deal I'm gonna be doing with a brand called Zenni, which I've actually heard great things about and have some friends that use their products. And now that I've used them, I'm actually a big fan, but they do blue light glasses specifically is what this project's gonna be about, which you guys know. If you're in the lab like me, we're staring at a screen pretty much all damn day. So that's definitely something that's right up my alley. Excited for that. And then I think these are out now, so I can show these, but 2 different videos with Anchor, which you guys know, I feel like I've done probably like over 10 videos with Anchor now over the last few years. So I love their stuff. I use them all the time. Even when we don't do deals, I buy their products and use them. So it's just a super natural integration for me. And whenever things like that can line up, that's the dream, you know what I mean? So I still to this day have not done a brand deal and don't plan to do a brand deal for anything that I do not already use, wanted to use, enjoy using now that I've tested it out, or think that someone like you in my audience could benefit from using it. That is my criteria for partnerships when it comes to me and my pages. And I think that's kind of the right way to go about it. All right, now I briefly want to talk about this. And the reason why I say briefly is because we're going to talk about this more in probably the next YouTube video, okay? but I want to touch on it now because it kind of sets things up for the future. And also I have to unbox these, so I figured I might as well share a little bit about it now, but we'll talk more in depth about it in probably the next video. I think the next one or the one after. And what that is why I now have the blue, the deep blue iPhone 17 Pro Max instead of the orange. Now, to try to keep this a long story short, as you guys know, I've been covering Apple content from the very start of this channel. And even way back in the day, right? I worked at the Apple Store in 2011, 2012. And Apple products is actually a key piece as to why I started making personal content on the side of a full-time job, creating content for YouTube or Instagram or whatever platforms. Well, as you guys know, I dropped a couple videos around the new Apple launch within the last month. And if you remember, I talked about how that was kind of my first time really doing a large Apple launch the way I actually wanted to. I'm no longer working a full-time job, so I could go as hard in the paint as I wanted to. So yeah, the first week, I think I put out 12 vertical videos, 2 full-length YouTube videos, 1 being sponsored, and 2 photo carousels, which for me, I think that's a really big accomplishment. Also, I think they were still very high quality. It wasn't like I was just rushing to get like, I don't know, BS out. Well, happy to say that Apple noticed and they actually sent me a bunch of stuff. So Apple sent me out the iPhone 17 Pro Max, a 2 terabyte in the deep blue color, the brand new Apple Watch Ultra 3, the brand new AirPods Pro Generation 3. To go along with that, we got the Apple crossbody strap, the iPhone fine woven wallet, and then the iPhone 17 Pro Max silicone case. Now, it's really hard for me not to talk about this more in depth right now. I promise you we will in the next video. So yes, my recent Apple content is definitely a reason why some of this stuff was sent out to me, but the real reason is because I'm actually going on a trip next week with Apple. From my knowledge, it seems like kind of the first of the kind project like this, and I guess by the time this video goes out, I will have already done that, so I will have already posted about it and stuff. But this could not be more of a dream opportunity in the activities that we're doing and the things we're doing. It's literally like if I made an event for myself. So I'm going to hold more info about all of this for the next video. You guys will see on my socials in the meantime. If you're just now watching this and maybe you missed it, go check my Instagram and stuff. Truly, truly beside myself. If you know me, you know how hard I've worked for some of these things. And I am truly just very grateful for the opportunities that are happening in my life right now. So, yeah, I really appreciate you guys. I feel like I've said in the last couple of videos, I feel like we're just right on the brink of like this breakthrough. And sometimes when things get the toughest, you are the closest to that breakthrough happening. And I think that's when most people kind of stop and take their foot off the gas, and we're pedal to the metal to finish out the year. So yeah, we won't talk anymore about this right this second. Just know I'm grateful for you guys, and this is gonna be unreal. But the reason why I'm filming this clip now instead of just talking about it in the next video is because I actually wanna unbox the Apple Watch Ultra 3 and use it today. And so you guys are gonna get a little BTS of me actually setting up and filming this unboxing. So we're gonna do that right now, as well as Apple just dropped the new Beats Fit Pro, which are arguably my favorite headphones to work out in. So I might unbox this too real quick. So I'll set up the camera, do a little BTS, and then we're waiting on one package to get delivered. And then we gotta talk some lab culture stuff too, because I am so hyped to show you guys this stuff. This is usually how I shoot my stuff. It's just not a crazy setup, great camera, great lighting, and then we're ready to rock. Apple just made my favorite workout headphones even better, so let's check them out. So these are the brand new Powerbeats Fit. All right, so first vertical done on the brand new Powerbeats Fit. These are my favorite workout headphones. If you wanna know my thoughts on them, go check out my vertical video. But these are absolutely amazing. And now we gotta unbox the, where is it at? The Apple Watch Ultra 3, which is still crazy to say. Apple sent me this, so yeah, let's unbox this next so I can get this thing actually set up and use it. All right, so don't mind the mess here, but I'm gonna give you guys the secret sauce how I film these unboxings, okay? So obviously I have my FX3 mounted up here. This is a Manfrotto overhead tripod. You could use a C-stand or something like that instead, but this is just what I've had over the years, and it works for me and is compact. I can break it down easily. And then I just use the microphone, the ECM M1, the Sony FX3, and that right there is how I shoot these unboxings. Also front camera test on the iPhone 17 Pro Max real quick. But yeah, you know, it's nothing that crazy and fancy, but it's easy, it gets the job done. So going to knock out this unboxing real quick, but first I think we need a little sip of something. I'm gonna go with a little Bum Energy. Shout out to Dom and the boys. Iced tea lemonade. You guys know I love the Ghost iced tea lemonade. All right, I gotta film this. All right, so we got that filmed. We are now wearing the brand new Apple Watch Ultra 3. Shout out to Apple for hooking it up. What a crazy thing to be able to say. So right now, sadly, we're still waiting on these packages to get delivered. I think I have 5 boxes arriving today, some more even next week. But I think right now, we're gonna go hit a little apartment gym workout real quick because I need those boxes to show you guys the entire walkthrough of the Lab Culture drop. So while we're waiting on that, we're going to get a quick workout in, test out these new Power Beats Fit. I'm taking a few days off of running. I guess you guys haven't been updated on YouTube, but a few days ago, I got more done on my leg from Blink. Shout out to Blink, the absolute GOAT, the greatest tattoo artist of all time. I guess I can show you guys real quick. Like, it's just a mess in here, so don't mind the mess. But as you can tell, we got this entire section here, this snake. We got this giant kind of sword on the back of my leg. If you know, you know. And then also up here, we got this T-Rex skull. So yeah, kind of working on this leg sleeve. Honestly, it really looks like a leg sleeve now, which if you didn't know, leg tats make you 10% faster at running. So that's truly the only reason I got this. Which I will say, when I got that huge piece done on the back of my knee, I was really careful about not running on it for almost a week because that's such thin, fragile skin behind your kneecap. Like feel how thin that skin is. And when you're running, you know, you're bending your leg like thousands of times. So did not want to mess that one up at all because I didn't want to go through the feeling of getting that done again. And it healed amazingly. The good thing about these ones is it's obviously on my leg, but those parts of your skin and leg aren't really stretching much. A little bit around your ankle, which by the way did not feel good. I should be able to get back to running here in a couple days, but I got that done like 2 days ago, so I'm not running on it quite yet. My ankle is so swollen right now still from just the blood, so we're just gonna do a quick little upper body pump. Shame, I know, we have to get a quick party pump in. So I'm going to hit the apartment gym for a quick little workout, try out the new Power Beats Fit, and I'll let you guys know how they are. All right, so quick workout complete in the new Beats, and I gotta say, they not only look amazing, they feel way better. Also, I would say they sound better too. I feel like Beats are always known for good bass, and I would say that's the same here. Not too much, still sounds good overall. But like I said, these are my favorite workout headphones, and these just seem improved and way more comfortable. So I obviously didn't do anything too crazy today with my leg, so we'll have to try these out for a run soon. But overall, very, very happy. If you guys ever have issues with headphones staying in your ears when working out, I would definitely try these out. All right guys, so just pulled up to the locker. If you aren't familiar with what this is basically where I do all the Lab Culture fulfillment. And as you guys probably saw, had to bring over 1 truckload of boxes for this next drop. There's still some more packages I need to bring over, and then I'm still waiting on a few more to get delivered this week. But these shelves are for the most part empty. So this week, over the next few days, I got to unpack everything, take inventory, and get everything prepped for this drop, which will be happening in the coming days when you guys are watching this video. So honestly, the sun is setting and it's about to go behind this building. So before it gets dark in here, I am pulling basically a sample of each item from this next drop. So I'm going to take this stuff home to show you guys and kind of give you the entire walkthrough, how many pieces are dropping, sizing, all that good stuff. But I'm so excited for this drop. You've probably seen me tease it within my content over the last couple of weeks, but it's so fire. I feel like we're just leveling up every single drop, and all of them are my favorite, but this might be a personal favorite, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, I need to stop yapping. I'm going to take a quick inventory of these boxes, maybe organize a couple things, and then gonna take this stuff back to the office and give you guys the entire walkthrough. But one thing I will say, and if you guys are new here and you've been wanting to get some lab culture stuff, this drop is our last drop leading up to Black Friday. And I'm telling you right now, this drop specifically is absolutely fire, and it's very limited. Some of the pieces in this are even smaller inventory than some of our previous drops. This one is going to be extremely exclusive. So if you aren't yet, make sure you're signed up to our email list and also our early access. So hit the first link in the description below, because these things are going to move fast. I can promise you that. All right, guys, made it back to the lab. And as I mentioned, I want to walk you guys through everything that will be in this next lab culture drop, okay? Now, first of all, the drop date of this drop. I'm going to go ahead and put it on the screen right now. I don't want to say it out loud in case the date has to move around when I'm recording this, but this is when the drop is happening. Okay, so add to your calendar, make sure you join early access down below, because these drops are selling out usually within minutes. So in total, there's gonna be 6 items dropping: 2 shirts, 2 hats, 1 pair of shorts, which is a new addition, and then 1 pair of socks. So real quick, let's just start out with the hats. So the first one is going to be this black one that you've seen me wear within my last couple of videos. As you can tell, that design on the front, I'm calling that our heavy metal logo. On the side, we got the LC to kind of match that font. Other side, 23, which was the year Lab Culture was founded. And then we have that gray under brim, as well as the custom inside lining. And then the second hat is actually the one on my head right now, but this is this year's camo hat, okay? Now, if you know me, you know I'm a huge camo guy, all right? So this one I took very seriously. This has actually been ordered now for months and months. Last year's camo hat went insane, so you better be quick for this one. This is super limited, and I don't know if these will ever come back. But on the front, we have the white LC, the core Lab Culture logo on the side, and then that locked in the lab on this side. And then of course, that custom stitching inside as well. And also I should say both of these are snapbacks. And I've heard some people wanting some other styles of hats. That will be happening in the future, okay? So hang tight. But those are the 2 hats that are dropping, and I gotta say, I think they're 2 of the best ones yet. Now, before the shirts, let me just show you guys the socks. Now these we're bringing back again. This is just the traditional Lab Culture crew sock. And I'm telling you, enough people have gotten these now. I'm not lying when I'm saying they will be the most comfortable pair of socks in your closet. They come with that little Lab Culture branding. And then in traditional crew sock fashion, we got the core logo up top on both sides. And then if you guys know, you know, instead of it saying dry fit on the toe box, it says lab fit, you know, just a little tiny detail there. They're sold as a set of 1, and also you can get a pack of 3 for a slight discount. All right, now let's talk shirts, okay? So if you guys have never ordered a shirt before, this is what you can kind of expect. We have the custom poly bag, welcome to the culture on there. And then when you take out the shirt, this one is so fire. This is one of my favorite shirts we've ever dropped. But as you can see, we have that front center chest logo. And this is actually slightly different than the logo that you see on this shirt or that's on the front of this. And then on the back, we have a stacked design of a bunch of different variations of this heavy metal font. I'm telling you, go check out Lab Culture's Instagram so you can see like some tighter shots and details of this. I would say it fits exactly the same of our last couple of t-shirt drops. So slightly oversized. I would suggest ordering what you're true to size with, or if you're in between sizes, I always suggest going up a size to be safe. And this color is kind of like a very, very, very dark brown. I would almost call it like a dirty black because it's that dark. Absolute fire. And then we got to talk about the t-shirt, which I'm obviously wearing right now. But on the front here, we have that heavy metal font, Lab Culture EST 2023. And then on the back, we have the huge center graphic, Lab Culture, and then below it, it says create in silence. So I think it's such a clean look. And this is kind of similar to the last drop where I feel like you can kind of dress this up or down. Like I'm gonna take this on this trip to go to dinner with, or you could cut the sleeves off, take it to the gym, whatever. But as far as the blank goes on this one, it is actually slightly different from the long sleeve and also slightly different from the last 2 t-shirt drops, okay? So if you've ordered those, just keep this in mind. This one fits slightly larger than even the previous ones, okay? So if maybe you ordered an XL last time and it was a little tighter than you would like, order an XL again this time. This one is gonna be slightly larger. And also it's like a faded black color. And I don't know if you can see this on camera here, but it's slightly distressed on the edges just to give it kind of a grungy look. So I would suggest if you want an oversized fit, order true to size. If you want it to be snug, maybe go down. And if you've never ordered anything from Lab Culture before, I would suggest just going true to what your normal size is and expect this to be a little bit oversized. And then last but not least, the shorts. So as you can see, we have that huge heavy metal font on the right leg, and I wanted it to be kind of that jumbo oversized look. I think it looks so good when it's on. It's double lined, so it's not see-through. Gold metal tip drawstrings. Let me throw them on real quick to show you guys. And there they are. This is why I wanted that wide angle lens there. So these are perfect for just wearing every day, obviously to the gym. And I will say I designed these how I personally like, which is a little bit on the shorter side. There will be a size chart on the website, but these are an XL, which is traditionally what I wear in athletic shorts, but they're about a 5 to 5.5 inch inseam. And these will be available in small all the way up to 3XL. So again, I would just suggest if you're in between sizes or I'm not sure, I'd go up a size because you have drawstrings, you can make them a little bit tighter, but just keep that in mind. They're not gonna be like to your knee or below your knee, but also you got to keep in mind I'm 6'5", so they are short on me. They might not be as short on you. Sorry, sooner. So yeah, that is all 6 items that's going to be dropping in this next collection. Like I said, make sure you guys sign up for our email list and also SMS early access. This drop specifically, some of these items are super limited, especially the shorts. So if you want your specific size or you want your best shot at getting your hands on these things, sign up for the email list, sign up for SMS early access. And for international people that can't sign up for SMS, make sure you join my personal update channel over on Instagram. I will drop the international password in there too. And one last time, I will put the date and time of this drop on the screen right now. And I know I keep saying it, but you've been warned. Once these things are gone, they are gone. Be quick. So to kind of close out this video, and honestly what I'm going to be working on the rest of the day is packing up for this trip tomorrow morning. It's still pretty surreal that Apple's flying me to Colorado for this event. But yeah, you know, I think if I can leave you with one message here, it's the fact that, you know, if you have these goals and dreams to work with these brands or to live a certain lifestyle or maybe to get sent something from a brand you really love. I used to be the exact same way, and it took me absolutely years to get to that point. And there's still a lot of brands I'd love to work with or get in contact with, which I haven't yet. But one thing's for sure, if you don't start working towards it, it'll never happen. So, you know, use me as a prime example of I've had my eyes set on this goal of somehow getting on Apple's radar for years and years, since the birth of this channel, since I worked at the Apple Store in 2011. And right now, I need to start packing my suitcase and packing my camera bag for what will be a trip of a lifetime. I just want to say thank you guys for allowing me to live this life. I feel like I've been saying that a lot in the recent YouTube videos, but I'm just feeling more grateful than ever. And this week actually kicks off Q4, which should be the biggest quarter of the year for me, and also the busiest, chaotic, most hectic, but also some of the most fun. So if you guys see any videos that I drop, especially any partnerships or brand deals, it would mean a lot if you could drop some love on them. A comment, a like, a share, a repost, whatever it is. That stuff really does go a long way. But I hope you guys enjoyed watching today's video. If you did, drop it a thumbs up. If you're new around here, make sure you subscribe to the channel, and I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace.